Sultan SJAHRIR. In the previous video, I discussed Indonesian independence leader and politician Sultan SJAHRIR as a writer, critic and revolutionary theorist who formulated his political ideology of democratic socialism. Although Sultan SJAHRIR is sometimes described as the prominent revolutionary democrat during the era of liberal democracy, he did not figure prominently in the mythology of contemporary Indonesia's 20th century history. Revolutie. Post-World War II Indonesia shows a history of successive revolutions, coups d'états that followed each other. This is how the revolutionary year 1948 took place in Indonesia at the time of the Indonesian War of Independence from 1945 until 1949. A revolt led by the PKI, the Partai Komunis Indonesia, which can be seen as a revolution within a revolution, a failed takeover by the Indonesian Communists, which was crushed by the new Republic of Indonesia. The Communist revolt in 1948 was followed by two other revolutions of great significance. Very well known is the coup d'état in 1965 and 1966 and takeover in 1967 by Indonesia's second president Suharto, which definitely placed power in the hands of the Indonesian army. A takeover in the name of capitalism. However, less known was the revolt and coup d'état in 1958, which was a failed takeover by democratic socialism, which is actually somewhere between communism and capitalism. This revolution, which started with a failed military coup and culminated in two uprisings, was not supported by either the imperialist West or the Eastern Bloc countries or the Comintern, even though there was financial and material support from the CIA and partly also financial and military involvement of neighboring country Malaysia. What makes this revolt so interesting was that it was both anti-communist and anti-capitalist. You could call democratic socialism as the third element in the political landscape back then, between communism on the one hand and capitalism on the other. It was regarded as an undesirable element and danger by both political ideological power blocs. Indonesia's first president and founding father of the nation, Ahmad Sukarno, solved this problem by suppressing the military coup and rebellion, neutralizing its sympathizers partly through expelling, and forced involving political parties such as the PSI or Partai Sosialis Indonesia to dissolve. Its leader and spokesperson, Sultan SJAHRIR, was forced to exile and spent the rest of his life in Western Europe, in the then politically neutral Switzerland. Sultan SJAHRIR's name was maligned in his own country. He died on the 9th of April 1966 in Zurich, alone, languishing, and declared dead by the Indonesian authority as enemy of the state. PRRI and Pemesta Rebellion. The role Sultan SJAHRIR played in the CIA-backed failed coup d'etat of the PRRI, or Revolutionary Government of the Republic of Indonesia, in Indonesian called Pemerintahan Revolusioner Republik Indonesia, active in parts of Sumatra, and participation in the Pemesta Rebellion in Sulawesi or Celebes in 1957 and 1958 is still unclear. The accusation of involvement of the PSI in this coup and military rebellion has never been proven. In conclusion, to be clear, this was not our revolution, even though it was against the centralized authority in Jakarta. It was an attempt to overthrow the highly centralized Sukarno government, in which, by the way, neighboring Malaysia was not officially involved. Instead, this was a coup d'etat, backed by the United States of America, and particularly the CIA, with the ultimate goal being a takeover of power by a military junta, which goes against all our free, direct democracy-based, fervent anti-militarism and anarchist principles as true nihilists. As anarcho-monarchists, we were deeply distrusted from the beginning by the Republic of Indonesia, the Ahmed Sukarno government, and republicanism in general. I will explain this later further in the next video.